Hello, everybody. I think everybody, we are on. We are live. Good morning. Good morning. Well, it's actually afternoon. Good afternoon. So glad to see everybody here. And today we're going to bring you a set of Fun Fold Z cards. This is a double Z fold card. I'm just going to move my little people out of the way. I'm sorry if it gets wiggly here for a second. So this is the cutest little card. Look at this fun little thing. I absolutely love this. So it's a fun little something that you can make. It's a very, very simple design. We're going to make one really fast here together. And I'm pairing it with this brand new stamp company called Ida Rose Stamps. Heads up, there is a giveaway going on. You can either during the live event, leave a comment, or also during, and I'll announce all that information and a little bit about how we're doing it's towards the end of the video that we're going to do that. But if you're watching this after the fact, leaving a comment on this will also earn you a chance to win. So what are the qualifications for after? I will put all the information down below about the dates that you have to leave the comment by, and then when I'm going to be drawing the winner. So make sure you check down below for all the information about how to win. It's a gift card from Ida Rose Stamps. She has some super, super cute stuff. This is just 3 of the sets. She also has a Christmas one, and then she also has another fun stamp set that's all about positioning for alphabet letters. I'm not doing that, but there is a video to how to use that really cool stamp design. And if I can find it, I had it on my desk. It's a stamp positioner. Oh, here it is. So it's a stamp positioner where you can learn how to make words go into a wave or a circle, or if you want to make it look like a crosshatch. So there is a video on how to use this on their channel. So just look up Ida Rose Stamps on YouTube, and that video is there. Or click on the link below, which has the supplies links, the supplies for this, and you can go to her YouTube channel to learn how to use that thing. So, all right, good morning, everybody. Yes, it's a brand new company. I love it. They're based here out of the United States, and they're just so, so cute. I love it. All right, so what we're making is this really cool double Z fold card. I mean, it's so super simple. It's using the same base, and it's just adding one little extra something, but it really kind of makes that kind of fun little interactive card. So there we go. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Trisha. How you guys doing? All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is for this first card, I use this cute little whale. Isn't that adorable? And then I use one of the sentiments that came on their sentiment stamp, and it says, love what you have, need what you want, accept what you receive, give what you can, which I thought that was just a great little sentiment. So we're going to be kind of blending between these cute little patootie guys here. This next one we're going to be doing is this duck, and this one's called Birds of a Feather. This one's called You Got This, and oh, sorry, lift. This is Airlift. You Got This. I flipped the backgrounds on this. All right, so how do you make this card? All right, well, here we go. So for this particular card, I just use a white cardstock base. For this next one, we're going to do blue, and then if we have time, we're going to get to a third one, which we're going to do in yellow. So I pulled a paper set. This is from Indigo Blue, and I use this as my color palette. Even all the colors that we're going to be marking with, all of my alcohol markers, I picked tones that fit within this vibe. So lots of grays, blacks, and as you can see, so this is the tone for all of them today. So first step to make your double Z fold card, standard A2 size card, fold it in half. Pretty simple so far, right? So everybody knows, just going to take it. I'm going to show you how to do it without scoring, but the instructions below after I get the video up are going to say score this, score that, but you don't have to because you can just fold, and I'll show you how. So here's the first step. You take it, you fold it, right? Now, this is the front of my card, and that's the important thing. You want to take this, fold this in half. And again, I'll have the measurements for specifically how to do the folds. And just to give myself a nice good fold, I'm just using, it's actually my scoring tool. I have a bone folder somewhere. I just don't know where it is. So I'm using this. Here we go. And then I'm going to score it the other way because this is actually the way the card opens. So if you wanted to use a double-sided pattern paper, that could totally work too because you're using the inside of the card and you're seeing part of it. This I just used, this is Coordinations cardstock, I think, and I have no idea what the yellow is, unfortunately. I know the black is die cuts with a view and the gray is die cuts with a view as well. I think maybe it's Coordinations. And then all the pattern paper is from Pink Paisley, which is an old set that I have, but I was like, I had to pull it out. I got to use it. All right, so that is the base. Look, that's the base of your card. See, right there. Pretty cool, right? The next thing you need is you need a strip of paper. Now, you can do, and I did not invent this card. This is nothing new. I'm just putting a few little tweaks on it. So for instance, this band right here is the same length of the cards. This is the 8.5, right? You can make it 1 inch, you can make it 1.5, you can make it 2 inches, you can make it 1 3/4. For this card and for this card, I made it 1 3/4 because I want it to be able to fit the stamp sentiment that I'm using on here. So I made it taller, not wide, not longer, but taller, so that way it would fit it. For this card, I'm using a 1.5, so it's just a little bit narrower. Whatever works for you, go for it. All right, so hey guys, all of you that have just jumped on, I announced earlier, but you weren't on yet. There is a giveaway for a gift card from Ida Rose, so stay tuned for that. So don't leave until you get the information about how to do that. And also, if you're watching after the fact, there is a giveaway after the fact, so you can leave a comment for that. Okay, so what we need to do for this strip right here is fold in half. It's all about folding in halves. Very, very simple in that respect. And then get my little folder out again. Fold, fold. So there we go. This is a great card for using up some of those pattern papers. I'm loving it because I loved all the pattern paper stack, and then I just paired it with solid colors that I had. I like scoring it the other way as well. So fold in half. All right, this top band stays full, so don't mess with that. The bottom band, so the back side, and if you did it backwards, then just do this. No big deal. So if you end up folding the wrong end, flip it around. Take this. Take one side, it really doesn't matter, but it's this is the side that's going on the inside of the card. Fold that in half. And I like, again, folding it back and forth a couple of times to make sure I have a nice good crease, because this crease right here is going to be what's your opening part. Hello, everybody. Hi. Do it. Etta, Cindy, and Atul. Hello from India. Awesome. I hope I said your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Okay, so this becomes now, and I'm just pretend that this is stuck down. There's your card. Look at that. So easy. You glue here, just on this front, and that's it. And we'll do that, obviously. Okay, now, something to keep in mind whenever you're doing this. This particular pattern paper, I'm going to stamp on this little space right here. So that's the part that you need to make sure that your stamp fits. The pattern, or the cardstock I'm using, I have a side that has a little bit of a texture, and I have a smooth side. So I want to make sure that my smooth side is facing upward so I can stamp on it cleanly. If I'm stamping on a textured side, it's going to leave grainy. It's not going to look nice and clean. So just be aware of whatever paper you have and kind of follow suit. So if you happen to put it down and your fold is going the wrong way, just that's why I always fold it both directions. So when I laid it down, it would work and it would fold correctly. So just a little fun tip for you. That's why I also fold, whenever you see me scoring, I'll always score both ways, because I want to make sure I'm doing it the right way. And it also moves better. I guess is the better way of describing it. Hi, Ann. Okay. Now we got to put all of our background papers down. We have to put everything down before we put the band on. So I have already pre-cut a whole bunch of pretty colors. I decided I want to have the bubbles in the front, and then the pretty yellow, and then the little circles. So I picked a different pattern paper for each of these. And one thing, I had everything stuck down on this card, and I decided I really liked that little bit of a black border on here. So all I'm doing is I'm taking my black pen. I could use the ink, but I really wanted a crisp, clean. I did not want this to be looking like it was a distressed card. So I'm just taking, oops, just don't do that. If you notice, my pen just went off. There's a tiny little bit right there. Oops. So I'm just taking my pen and running it along the edge, and it gives it the illusion that there's like a black mat on the paper, but it really isn't. So again, I liked the card without this step. I liked it better with it. It just gave it more of a clean look. So there we go. Just running this along here. So I hope everybody's having a great day. We've been talking about, so I live just outside of Austin, Texas, and how amazing the weather has been lately, and it's been such a cool summer. And then I get in my car yesterday, and the temperature reads 104 degrees Fahrenheit. And I was like, I'm gonna die. That is too bloody hot. It gets to the point where you don't even want to touch your steering wheel because it's just like so hot. Oh, it sounds like your hands are on fire. Oh, it's so awful. But on the flip side, I know of, you guys, some of you know that I'm originally from Canada, and so you have the opposite. So here we go turn the car on in the summer to help cool it down, and then, you know, up in the north, you have to go turn your car on in the winter to warm it up. And it's too cold to touch anything because everything's so cold. Well, we have the opposite problem here in the summer because it's too blinking hot. And then you don't want to put your seatbelt on because the metal of the seatbelt, so, oh, it's just awful. Joys for the heat. Yep, it's awesome stuff. Okay, so now I'm in Florida and it's hotter than you. Oh yeah, it feels like 107. Oh my God, that's just too hot. That's just way too hot. It's like, you know, you're on the sun hot. I know there's places that are warmer, but it's just insanely hot for me. I am not a hot, I mean, and I live in Texas, and I am not a hot person. I don't like the heat. I'd rather be in a situation where, you know, I'm gonna get a smaller stamp block out. I'd rather be somewhere, I just feel like I have a little more maneuverability if I have a smaller stamp block versus a giant one. But I had to pull out a big one to get my whale on here. All right. So all of you have like 18,000 stamp blocks. I think I have about 10. I somehow seem to collect them. I don't know how, but I do. It's all good. So I'd much prefer being in hoodie, sweatshirt weather. Be fantastic. That's my ideal weather. All right, so I'm just taking a sentiment. Very simple. I kept the cards clean because there's a lot happening, and I really wanted that big focal stamp on the front and then the beautiful sentiment in the center. That's good. I like the technique of the black ink. Oh yeah, it does. It really just makes everything pop, right? It just doesn't blend. I don't know. I love that one. All right, so I want to make sure I'm stamping on my smooth side here. Plus, I don't like sweating, and in the summer I sweat. So I don't mind sweating if I'm working out. I just don't like sweating when I'm sitting doing nothing. All right, stamp that on there. And this one says, mistakes are proof that you are trying. I love that. This sentiment pack, I got to read you some of these other ones. I got to put it on the white background so you guys can see it. But I mean, so here's some of a bend in the road is not the end of the world. Only those that attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. Live what you have, need what you want, accept what you receive, give what you can. I love that. You are loved. It's a happy day. May all your dreams come true. And it says with love, and there's a whole bunch of little squiggly things that you can add as well. I just thought that those are amazing sentiments. It can go for so many different things, and it's just fabulous. So it's awesome. Okay, so now that I have that on there, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to glue this down. Now I found, I'm sorry about that. I think it's one of the neighbor kids trying to come over and play, and I'm going to be like, no. We just got new neighbors. They just moved in, and so their son and my son are like the best of friends. So the trick is, oops, something just fell on the ground. I'll have to get that. It's the sentiment. So what I want to do is I'm going to flip this over right here, and I want to add adhesive. So I love my Xyron for this. It is perfect. We'll lay this down right here. There we go. And then you're going to want to open this up, close this right here, and then fold this in here. So next place is your, sorry about the door. The door is really squeaky. My front door is crazy. Sorry, apparently they need some help doing something. So my son's going to go over and help our new neighbors next door. Okay, so trying to lost my train of thought with the door opening. It's crazy in the summer, let me tell you. All right, and he's the one who was going to help moderate, but he didn't get up in time. Gotta love summer. All right, but he's going next door to help. All right. Oh, I forgot to do something. Oh, I knew I was gonna. Okay, we're ripping this up, and I'm gonna start over because I got distracted. All right, I want to do the edge, the ink edge on this as well. So I'm taking that black pen and then just running it through, going all the way here. And as always, links to the supplies will be down below. I already have linked the stamp company. I have not linked the papers or the inks that I'm using or the markers or any of that stuff, but I will be doing that shortly, as I always do. And I'll also have the dimensions that I mentioned about how to do the scoring and stuff. But there you go. Okay, so back to score one. Adhese this. So lay this down flat. Is that a word? Adhese. Add your adhesive here. I'm going to do a little bit more because I ripped it up. Add your adhesive. Lay it down flat. Sorry, I was kind of spacey just then. All right, now open this up. Open this up. Fold this down because this is that fold. And then lay it down like this. Nope, that's not right. like that. There we go. You got to have the big solid is what goes on top. All right. All right. So then what you're going to do is you kind of lift this up just gently and add your adhesive right in here, right there. And there we go. And then just make sure everything lays nice and flat. There we go. And then there is your pull. Ta-da! I found if you do the back one first, and then if the top one, like I'm feeling like it's just a little bit shy, you know what? I don't mind the fact that this doesn't line up perfectly. It's probably because I have this. Does I have this? Yeah, see, look, I have this pushed out just a tiny bit. I might just manipulate this a tiny bit. I overwent on the edge here, so therefore my fold is off. So right there. And now I'm going to come in and this will lay a little bit flatter. So the key thing is I want this flap to lay nice and flat. All right, so the next thing, and it's going to kind of puff up a tiny bit. So they're kind of wobbly, but it's all good. As the card sits, and if you wanted to, you could let the card sit like this, and the folds get more used to being folded, it will start laying flatter. But it's kind of neat. And then it can sit. It's kind of fun how it sits. A little bit something different. All right, so now you want to put down your element, and I love the 3 colors. So I did a black and then a yellow, and then we have the beautiful stamp. So let's color our stamp. So now you have the gist of how to build the card, and then it's just a matter of adding in the fun little things. So you can add your sentiments. Simple sentiment on the inside here is really easy. If you wanted to go forth and have all kinds of fun, but I just like the pattern paper, just the simplicity of that beautiful pattern paper popping in. All right, so I'm going to have a little yellow duck. So I put down a white sheet of paper for a couple of reasons. One, because I color swatch. I did go ahead and pull all the colors I was interested in. Nope, too dark. But I just kind of double check my colors. And that's not showing up the right color because this is just copy paper I have down. So I'm actually going to pull real cardstock here. I always have a little stash of cardstock just kind of off to the side here. You know what? I have a better piece. It's not so big. I like using all my scraps for this. There, now I can see it better. It didn't show up what color I want. So I'm going to double check this again. I always like swatching the color. I shouldn't have done it on here. I always like swatching the color on the same paper that I'm coloring on so I get the idea of what I'm going for. I am missing one little color though, which is an orange. I'm going to pop an orange for his bill. And I haven't decided. I think we're going to do little blue shoes. Why not? And then we'll do a blue umbrella. We'll match the two. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a lighter color for the majority of the duck. Is that the, nope, that's the darker one. It's okay. His tail feather is going to be dark anyway. Very muted colors, not getting too into super big colors. I might just do that. You know what? I might just do that really dark or the darker color for his bill, for his beak. I think I just like the nice pale color for the duck. I don't want to overdo it. I might add a little bit more of the color on his tail just because I already started. And maybe for his little hand and down here. And then blend it in. So there it is, super cute. And then I will do the darker color just for his little beak, his bill. Just to show a little bit of a separation of the color. There we go. All right, so now we have their boots. And I did pull a few different colors for the blue. And I didn't want to go too super different. I don't have that many blue colors that actually match. Oh, there goes the door again. Squeaky door, we got to fix that. So I only really have one good blue that I like that matches the tones. And so these were the two that I used actually on the whale. I used this color on the top and then kind of the gray, but it works. I don't completely hate it. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'll use this little one for his little boots or her boots, however you want to use it. And then the same thing for the umbrella. I'm not too worried about the whole shading thing. And I'm going to show you guys a little trick that we're going to do here in a second. Because it bugged me. Now, if it doesn't bug you, don't worry about it. But it bothered me. I'm just going over and coloring really well, making sure I can't see my lines. There, so just keep it nice, simple coloring. There. All right, so this is what bothered me about the card. Excuse me. Oh, lots of new people. Hi, Anna. See if anybody else jumped in. I think I already said hi to everybody else who was already here. So don't forget, we're going to be doing a giveaway here shortly about these fun stamp sets. All right. So what bothered me is that, and again, this is just a me thing, but I found a way around it, is that this was super starkly white and then everything else had this muted tone and it just popped too much. It was kind of one of those, what's going on here? So my solution was to blend it. So that's what I did for this entire card. I blended this piece, and if you notice, this is a white cardstock, but it doesn't look starkly white when you flip it over. It has a little bit of a muted tone, or at least to me it does. So what I did is I found scattered straw and a blending brush. Now, this is a little bit different of a blending brush. This is actually a stencil brush that you could use, but I found if I really kind of get in here, and I kind of blend it out on here, and then I come in, and you guys could always use your other blenders, however you want to do it. It just added a little bit of a lighter color, so it's not so starkly white. And I just left it like that. So it almost turned it in. You probably can't notice it here on camera. In person, it's a lot more noticeable. It's just adding, I couldn't find a good cream or an ivory that worked, so I made my own, but I wanted to stamp it first. So that's where that came from. Now I'm just using a black pen, and I'm coming in to do the umbrella. I didn't want to do this for, I knew the alcohol inks would not blend, but I was not sure about this, and I did not want to take that chance. So that's why I can just come in with the black, and then it'll be a better black. Was how I also thought about that. So, and then we're going to give, no, we'll just kind of dot the eye a little bit more. We'll leave the eye. For this one, I made the eye pink. Not quite sure why I made pink eyes on a whale, but I did. You can leave it blank if you want to. And then it's just a matter of putting the items down. Very cute. Just like that. And just like that. So adorable. I love that. And then this is the key about putting this onto here. Okay, so I went with a band down at the bottom. I kind of followed suit about where I placed it when I had the larger one. Now this is a much smaller piece. So if you wanted to have this be higher, you could. So you could move your band. You can have your band at the top. You could have two bands if you wanted to. It's up to you. I really should have moved my band up, and I might. I think that's going to bug me. So I'm going to move my band just up a tiny bit. So if I move the back side, I'm a little too high. I don't want it to be smack in the middle. And so if I'm looking at like the center, it's still not quite centered. I like that lined up better. So now when I place this, it looks not so empty up top or empty at the bottom. It's kind of pseudo-centered. Little, just a tiny bit. I don't know how to explain that. Okay, now, key thing when you're putting down this element here. If you notice, you can't have sticky here and here because it's got nothing to stick to. You can stick it all across the band and all across to here. So just keep in mind, this can be completely adhesed and then go right through here. So just make yourself a T when you line it up, and you should be absolutely fine. And I center it to the band itself. And if you wanted to have fun and add like a strip to the band or something like that, you totally could. I just like the softness of this. I just thought they were really pretty. Everybody enjoys a great band. There you go. Look at that. That's it. Easy peasy. You could actually do a secondary sentiment right there as well if you wanted to. I just like simple sentiment. I just was keeping nice and simple. There's two. And I did make stuff for another card. So if you guys want to hang around, we're not going to, how much time we have? 24 minutes. Usually we go like an hour. So I made stuff, and I'm going to show you how to do one more card. Now, for this background right here, I already did, this was my practice one. I already did the ink. So you could do that first. You could go in and you could add the color. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's so, the color on this, I don't know if you guys can tell that it's changed. To me, I can see it. And when I take the final photos that will go up on Facebook and stuff, you'll see it then. And I am very sorry. I have not put up the video of the final products from last week's cards, but I have it right here for you guys to see. So this was last week's card. I finally finished it. I decided to do the swirls on the inside. So this is the card, totally done. Let me see if I can hunt down the other one that's on my desk somewhere. Oh, there it is. So these are the two, whoops, sorry, hit my camera cord. So these are the two cards, finished them. So it just, life got a hold of me, 4th of July. But these are the two cards from last week that we did. And so I decided to go, like I said, I went ahead and I did do the double. I did the green and it didn't seem to be too thick. I was afraid that was going to be the case. But that video will be coming up on Facebook for you guys to see that too. But I just wanted to show you because I was a little delinquent in getting everything done. So there we go. Little sneaker peeker from last week. Okay, so while I'm doing this card, let's go ahead and talk about the giveaway. So the gift stamps, you need to leave a comment on the live video right now for your chance to win a gift card for Ida Rose Stamps. So she's got these cutie patootie stamp sets just to show you again. So we've got, this one's called Airlift. And we're going to be using a little elephant. That's the word, elephant. So this is Airlift, which is where I got this guy. It just reminds me of baby shower, but it also just is sweet and cute. But it reminds me of like if you were going to give like a baby shower card, that's what that goes. Very adorable. Then we have this one, which is called Birds of a Feather, which is where I got my little duck. But there's a few other ones. And some of the sentiment says birds of a feather grow together. And it says play. And it says snooze, celebrate, quack, quack, DuckTales, woo. Yeah, I totally had to read that and sing the song. And for those of you that know, you know. I had to sing it. DuckTales, woohoo. Blow back from my childhood right there. And then the last one was this. Oh, that's the sentiments, the one that fell on the ground. There we go. I know, I'm getting to the giveaway. I'm just going to show you all the fun stuff that they have. Okay, and then I already went through all the sentiments on this one, but they're amazing. Lots of really, really cool sentiments. And then there's another stamp set that I did not use because I'm saving it for when I do my Christmas cards. I'm taking a hiatus. This is all about Christmas in July, and there's going to be more videos the rest of this week that's all about Christmas in July. I just took a break this week from it. So I'm saving this stamp, which is a pug Christmas. I have a very pug Christmas. I'm saving that. I'm guessing she has pugs, which is why she went with pugs. But I love this pug staring at the Christmas tree with the pug angel. It was so adorable. So, and then she's got the one that, which is the stamp positioner. So she only has 5 stamps so far, brand new company. She's just released. She's coming out with more stamps in the future. This was just the first launch. And I just want to support a brand new business that is wanting to make stamps, which is fantastic. I love it. All right. So giveaway, gift card, 2 chances. First chance is on this live video. I'd love to know where you're living. Where are you right now? Where are you watching me from? Give me your state, your country, your city if you want to. That's what I want to see. And I will be picking a random winner from that before the end of the show. All right. The other chance to win is just leave a comment on the recorded. So if you want to come back and rewatch this and leave a comment because you didn't win, I can't give the same person both prizes, so it's got to be a different person. But if you want to come back and watch this video and leave a comment after it's gone live, that's your other chance to win. And I will pick, and the dates, I don't have it in my head right now, I'm sorry, but the dates for who, when I'm going to draw my winner and pick my winner will be on the recorded. It'll be after this. I'll put that information down below. So yay. All right, so let's make our last card while you guys are filling in all that information. So just to refresh our memory, fold your card in half. So we're going to go with yellow. There we go. So in half, and then I got to make sure I have the front of my card. Here we go. Actually, you know what? This card's got a little bit of a texture on the front. It's kind of like this mottled, and I want that to be the front of my card. So I'm going to reverse my card. These are all A2 sides. A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, or 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, depending on how you want to look at it. And so I'm going to go ahead and just give myself a little bit of an extra. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. All right, and then you want to fold this. Fold this in half. So just a refresher on how we do this. Fold and fold. Don't ask me the color of these papers. I have this gigantic stack. Mustard is going to be my best guess. I'm not even sure what brand this is. I have the biggest stash of paper that people have given me. I've collected, and I just keep it color coded in like a container next to my desk. So there is that. So this piece doesn't have the mottled look. You know what? I'm thinking, oh, the front of my card's going to have it. So you know what we're going to do? Haha. That's why I like folding everything back and forth. So now this has got the modeled and this has got the modeled, because truly the inside of the card is what you see, not the outside. So you got to think backwards. I didn't think about that because all the other cards that I was working with, the papers, they were the same on both sides, or it didn't matter to me if I didn't see the texture or something like that to that effect. But this one, I want to see it. So when you first think of your card, fun fact, Joey, you crack me up. Make a hot dog mustard. All right, so whatever the front of your card is, so if you want to see, that's the side you want to see, make sure that it's on the inside. So just, you know, fun tip. Play with it. Make sure you're happy with whatever you're seeing. All right, so where do we have? We have Canton, Missouri, Chandler, Illinois, Richmond, Kansas, Winter Haven, Florida. That seems like a really oxymoron. Winter Haven, Florida. I'm guessing it never feels like winter. Northeast Ohio, Cape Coral, Florida, Fairfield, lots of Ohio. Man, we got the whole Midwest going on here. That's awesome. Midwest in the house. Kansas, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio. It feels like, never feels like winter. See, that's what I mean. It's like Winter Haven. Why would you name a town? Maybe it's because you want to feel like it should be winter, but it's not. I don't know. I'm rambling. All right. Do my trick again with the black ink. It's scary. My husband got home and, you know, I'm filming the kids. So the conversation level of what we talk about is very kid related. Legos. And I lost my daughter lost her 2 front teeth the other night. So she's walking around without 2 teeth. She looks so cute. But that's about the gist of my conversation that I have, or it's me reading stuff and not talking out loud. So he gets home last night and from work, and I swear to God, I was like a motor mouth with him because I needed adult conversation so bad. I was dying. The only other adult conversation I had throughout the day was taking my son to the orthodontist and talking about his teeth. So it's still about kids. I had to have some other kind of conversation. So I'm feeling like that's the case with you guys right now, even though you're not talking back. I'm reading what you're saying. But I feel like I'm having my adult conversation right now. All right. I already did the fold for this one. If you remember, it's fold in half and then fold in half. So I already did that. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this. And for this one, I wanted to do, it's a happy day. So take off my previous sentiment. I think this is why I should have all my stamp blocks out. So then you're not seeing me flip back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with all my stamps, but it's okay. So you can totally have fun. I want to make sure that this fits. This just fit. You know what? Do I want to angle it? No, I want to keep it nice and straight. I'm stamping on my smooth side here. There we go. So as a heads up, this is going to be my last live video for a couple weeks because I am not going to be in town. Oh, it just fits perfectly. I am not going to be in town to do a live video, unfortunately, but I will have pre-recorded. So there will be a bunch of pre-recorded videos the next couple of weeks. And when I come back, we'll jumping back on live. And of course, I fly out on a Wednesday and come home on a Wednesday. So it ends up being a little bit longer than normal, but get to go see my parents. Get to head out of town for a while, go be in a little bit of some cooler weather up in Canada. Woohoo! Just fabulous. All right, so now it's time to glue everything down. So I will still bring you lots of wonderful content, but it will not be live, unfortunately. But we will get back to lives when I get them. Now, I was trying to decide which one I wanted to put where. I think I wanted, yeah, this one's in the front. Sorry if you guys are hearing doors. The kids are coming alive. I can't make this video too early because then I just don't think anybody's going to be up. But then I can't make the video too late because then they're too awake. So I'm trying to find a happy medium between not too early, not too late. I guess is the best way to describe it. Oh, my mom's so happy that we're coming up. She's been chatting nonstop about all the fun stuff that we get to go do. She's been planning everything. Where do you want to go? How, all that amazing fun things. All right, so here we go. And now this next one, the card's going to be a little bit higher. So I think I'm liking the height because I didn't really think about that too much last time. Yeah, I'm liking that height. So there we go. And then just pop this little guy up. Ta-da! And there's your base of your cardigan. It's a happy day. So we're going to use Mr. Elephant on his little balloon. Flip my stamps around. Can this guy fit? Oh, this guy can fit on here. Score. All right, now I did, here it is, my paper. You'll be excited for my mother. So it's all awesome. We're all so super excited. And we stay up there for about 3 weeks. And then by the end of like week 2, midweek 2, we're all kind of tired of each other. So we're going to do a better job of, because my parents are not used to having tons of kids around all the time. Now, I may have shot myself in the foot, and if this doesn't work out, because remember, I blended ahead of time, and if I'm going to do alcohol inks, I don't think it's going to reactivate, but we'll see. So I'm going to do a better job this summer of making sure I go and give them breaks, because it's a lot to land on them and have all the kids and the crazy, and it be just, we're going to go with this color. So I'm going to make sure that we go out, I head out, leave them, give them a chance. They're actually giving my husband and I a little date night. He can't come for the whole trip, so he's only able to come for a little bit of the trip. So they're giving us a little bit of a date night one night, which is fabulous. We never get a chance just to go out, the 2 of us anymore. Nobody's here to watch the kiddos, but they're starting to get old enough to possibly stay home by themselves, which is nice. We're getting there. All right, so we got that going, and then we're going to do a little elephant gray. So let me check out the colors. I pulled all the colors. Ooh, I like that lightness. Let's see how that works. Oh, I like that. I was thinking about doing a little blue in there. I was like, no, I like this. And then we'll put a little pinky in his ears and mouth. Maybe that's what I was thinking when I did the eyeball for the other one. I was like, oh, it needs pink. Because I was thinking ears, because I was also looking at this stamp at the same time. So I stuck the pink in the eyeball, not thinking eyes aren't pink. What are you doing, Erin? A little bit of coloring. I'm going to go back and clean up. Some of my coloring is not, you can see my strokes. I tend to kind of go over it a couple of times just to make sure that you can't see my color strokes. Some people say go in circles. You know, the back ear is a little bit lighter, and I'm kind of liking that, so I'm going to leave that the way it is. I am still learning how to do good coloring, but I have found that it is much easier to color when you have nicer pens, let me tell you. And people have been asking me, how do I like the Arteza markers? These are the Everbuild markers. Again, I am not a seasoned colorer, but I've had no complaints. I am loving them. I think they're fabulous. I think they blend nicely with all the other markers that I have. So I am very happy. There we go. This little cutie guy. All right, and since I already did all the other blending, I'm just going to come in and do his little ear right here in pink. I don't know why I always default to he. She's going to have little pink ears. Give my daughter a complex. Everything's a boy. And then I'm just going to do his little, her little toenails. I could have done her pink toenails. That would have been cute, but it's okay. I'm going to make this very gender neutral in that respect. The colors I'm picking, the blues, the yellows, you know, the fact that there's grays, very gender neutral, or it could be go for anybody. It doesn't matter. And then this little waistband, we'll just make it black. And he does, she does. I keep doing that. Have a little tail. So let me just make the tail a tiny bit of a different color. There we go. And there it is. There's our cute little elephant. And then I've got my swatchings right here. Okie dokie. So first one on here. So I got to scroll back up and check out all the people. I was meaning as I was going through to pick one, and I forgot to pick one. My son usually is the one that picks our winner. So I'm going to have to do a random. I remember one of the cities off the top of my head. So I'm going to go back and scroll back and see. Ooh, crud. I do that every time. I always go through them like script. And then remember, you can't glue or you can't stick the whole thing down. So I'm going to have to fit right here and here. I might have a little too much adhesive. So I actually, oh, it's on the floor. Hang on, let me grab it. This is the best little invention that came out from Xyron. It's called the sticker remover or adhesive remover, but you can use it for a ton of stuff. Basically, it removes the adhesive for wherever you don't want it. It like binds to it. It's awesome. But this thing has other uses as well. So it just looks like a little, I don't know. It's not foam, it's like rubber. And it works great. And it starts kind of peeling away because it's sticking. It'll start kind of getting smaller and smaller and smaller as you use it. So there we go. Cutie card. Awesome. Okay, so going back and seeing who my person was, I remembered the city I was picking. I'm picking my winner. I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little bit. Here it is. Oh, no, I had it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Rita Horning. Here we go. Northeast Ohio. I was looking for the Ohio. That's what I had in my head. Oh, there was 2 Ohios. Sorry, Trisha. I saw the other one first. But okay, Northeast Ohio, Rita Horning. Please leave a comment down below that you saw that I picked you. I love it. And I'm going to pull up my link. If you would please go ahead, and I should have had that ready as well, but I did not. I'm going to put my cards out real fast so you guys can see what we were working on. Cutie, cutie cards. Love it. All right, so I have a link here for you. If you would please fill out that link. I need to see that she is actually responding so we know that she is our winner. If she doesn't respond, I'm going to give her a few minutes to respond, and then I'll pick, because I'm going to pick a live winner, but I want to make sure that she hears it and she knows that she's here. I can't tell if she's on or not. So let me pull up my link real fast. I'm sorry I did not have that ready. Sorry, froggy in my throat. I'm clicking as fast as I can. Apparently I'm not clicking fast enough. All right, has she replied yet? Oh, Rita, you're there. Fantastic. Woohoo. Awesome. All right, so there is your link. Sorry that took a little long for me to get there. If you could please fill in that link, and then I can pass the information on to the company so you can get your gift card. Woohoo, for some fun stuff. Mine is 20 years old. Okay, I missed what the 20-year. Oh, the eraser. Oh, yes, the eraser. Oh, you still have one of these from 20 years ago? That is awesome. It never wears out. I have heard somebody that has used this little guy, and they have had it for many years, and over time it's kind of gotten a little bit smaller. But I've never heard of anybody who's completely worn the whole thing out. So 20 years and still going strong, that's awesome. That's an amazing story right there. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our double Zevo cards. Look at those. And I'm just enjoying all these little fun things. I still might go back and add a few little doodads. I don't know, maybe like a little, I don't know if it needs a sparkle. I'm kind of liking just the muted and just very subduedness to the whole thing and just very simplistic. I just like that. Oh, you've trimmed them with scissors. That's cool. Oh, just to get the little stuff off. I get it. I get it. Cool. Yeah, I was debating Nuvo drops, just a little pearlescent. I was thinking maybe something pearly on there. I'll have to play with that. You know, do I want to add a little couple of pearl drops right here? I don't have it sitting out, otherwise I would mess around with that. So maybe a couple little pearl drops. I think I have a beautiful yellow that will match in with this. That would look really good. Or even a black. Yeah. So I'll play around with that. I might change up the different colors. A couple little black drops right there would look really pretty. Just kind of set that off. I don't think I want to put anything on here, but I like the idea on this side. Just a little bit of something there. So anyway, thanks so much, everybody. Again, I will not be live for the next few weeks because I am out of town, but when I come back, we'll be having some more lives. So the next, when's the next live? I got to look at my calendar here. So my next live is going to be on the 31st. No, sorry, wrong date. Gotta go in the next month. Go to the next month. You silly computer. Okay, I'm trying to click with my left hand. It's not working. All right, so it's going to be on the 14th. You know what? I think, nope, that's the day before my kids go back to school. So my next live, because I'm going to be flying the previous Wednesday, but the 14th will be our next live. There will still be videos every Wednesday that will just not be pre-recorded, or they will be pre-recorded and not live, but we will be coming back and doing a couple of weeks. I will have 2 weeks of lives, and then I have to do some pre-recordeds again on Wednesdays because I have another thing coming up that I'm going to be out of commission for a little while. So Hope you guys are doing great. Have an awesome summer. I will really, truly, I feel like I'm chatting with you just via chat, talking, whatever, conversing. Does this count as conversing? I don't know. But I will really miss this. I am sorry that I cannot do more lives. It's just too hard to do this month. I don't have all my supplies. I'm not trucking them with me. But have a great summer, and I will see you on the flip side in August live, but recorded videos will be coming. Bye-bye, everybody.